Militancy in the oil-rich Delta region remains the biggest headache to the federal government. That is despite claims by the Petroleum Minister Ibekachukwu that a deal to halt attacks on oil and gas facilities had been reached weeks ago. The claim was swiftly rejected by the Delta Avengers and offered to negotiate, but in a neutral ground with independent foreign mediators. The attacks continued. The group threatened to bring Nigeria's crude oil exports to nothing and repeatedly warned oil companies against repairs of all vandalized installations. Security analysts here believe whether a deal was signed or not, the latest approach remains unsustainable and at odds with genuine grievances of communities in the Niger Delta.
A school of thought has actually said that the federal government shows to have the intent, the political intent, to minimize or to reduce the bad experiences of the Deltans. However, another school of thought is saying that the federal government are not willing to face the core concerns of the Niger Deltans. They are not willing to actually resolve the problems in the Niger Delta. They are not willing to meet to the problems of the people of Delta because A, they don't have the financial strength to actually do it in this period in Nigerian economy. Number two, they seem to be trying to cut corners, to find the short corners to actually resolve those problems.
Earlier, reports indicated the attacks cut Nigeria's exports to a 30-year low, 1.4 million barrels per day, but that's now being disputed. NNPC denies that and says exports hovered around 1.8 million barrels per day, and it's looking to increase that output to 2.3 million in 2 weeks. Those projections, the NNPC says, are based on successes and ceasefire deal it signed with Delta Avengers. The military was the government's first remedy to resurgence of militants in the oil-rich area, but it now says its approach in the region has to strike a delicate balance between the use of force and respecting parallel negotiations.
The defense headquarters has reorganized the operation meant to, combat the menace of oil pipeline vandalization and oil bunkering, to the point of renaming the operation from Operation Polo Shield to Operation Safe Delta. And quite a number of platforms are being introduced by the Nigerian Air Force and of course the Nigerian Army and other security agencies to ensure that the problem is contained. And I am confident and optimistic that we have more than the capacity to do that. But at the same time, you should understand that there are other concerted efforts to make sure that peace reigns in that region, and that is the ultimate goal.
2 weeks after the government claimed it had secured a deal with the Delta Avengers, not much has changed in the region. Besides the Delta Avengers, a new group calling itself Niger Delta Red Squad has emerged. It's been blowing up oil installations in Imo State and threatening more attacks, basically underlining the piecemeal approach to instability in the Delta region could incentivize the emergence of fresh groups without addressing the wider concerns of communities in the Niger Delta. Kelechi Emekalam, CCTV Abuja, Nigeria.